Hey guys, my name is Billionaire Mates and this is hashtag Let's Get Awkward. Yes, it's been a while since my last one, but I'm finally getting things sorted and I've got my equipment for my YouTube videos to make actual videos for my YouTube channel instead of just having a background picture. Unfortunately, my mental health has taken a bit of a dive. A lot of things are changing, thankfully. School is back open. So, also, I'm actually getting frustrated because my blood's taking a while to come back. It's been about 3, almost 4 weeks, and I'm waiting to get my hormone treatment started. I digress though. Something has actually popped up on my radar and some hate has come my way since it has. We are talking about the super straight. Now this started as a TikTok video by Kyle Royce, which we will show and break down what the problem with this is. For the podcast, we'll just have the audio so you can hear it. On the YouTube channel, it will have the video on it. It has actually been taken down, and which is actually kind of good because not only did it cause problems for transgenders in the community, but it also caused problems for Cal himself because his family have been threatened because of this, and I do not condone the violence. So we'll just play the audio and then we'll look at what my issues and what other people's issues are of it.
New sexuality now, actually. It's called super straight, okay? Since straight people, or straight men as myself, I get called transphobic because I wouldn't date a trans woman. You know, they're like, would you date a trans woman? I'm like, no, why? That's a female. No, like, that's not a real woman to me. Like, I want real woman. No, you're just transphobic. So now, I'm super straight. I only date the opposite gender, women, that are born women. So you can't say I'm transphobic now because that's just my sexuality, you know?
As you can see, he doesn't want to date trans women because to him, in his opinion, trans women are not women. Therefore, he made a new sexuality called the super straight, and now demands we respect it. Sadly, others have actually jumped in on this and made their own super straight and proud TikTok videos, which we'll show, but due to copyright we cannot play the background music. People have hopped on this train and are demanding to be recognised as part of the LGBT plus community, and those who do not accept super straight are bigoted for doing so. People do ask if choosing not to date a trans person is transphobic, and my answer would have been no for anyone till they say this.
Trans woman, I'm like, no, why? That's a female. No, like, that's not a real woman to me. Like, I want real woman. No, you're just...
Then we have a problem, because saying, in their opinion, a trans woman is not a real woman or a trans man is not a man is an act of invalidating their gender identity and who they are. By thinking this way, it just screams that trans, non-binary people are not real people, and if we are not real people, then why should people care about our rights? It's bad enough people are saying, well, trans, non-binary are just a very small percentage of the population, so why should we cater for them? No. And thanks to this video, there are multiple groups and pages on Facebook, Twitter and Reddit waving the super straight flag. It's like a wonderful, horrible car commercial. Hey, you! Tired of being called transphobic because you believe in the two genders? Yes? Well, come on down to super straight. We are not Nazis. Sign up today. And to prove we are not homophobic, we also do super gay, super lesbian, and yes, we do super bisexual as well. But not super pansexual because in our heads, trans is a third gender and nothing can make us change our minds. That would actually make a weird commercial, even by American standards, and this is a country where they created an advert where a family is being attacked by a demon hamster while a man walks in front of the camera talking about their delicious frozen meals they deliver to your house. Yeah, right. Back to the topic. Thousands of people are claiming their rights are being taken away and that there is no heterosexual representation whatsoever. Which is weird because I grew up with a lot of heterosexual things. such as TV shows, movies, music videos, poems, books, dating adverts, magazines, advertisements. The list goes on. There was always a straight couple. I have never read a news report where straight couples are losing their homes, their jobs, their lives because of their sexuality, yet they're claiming they are losing their rights. The only rights I see them losing is the right to be cruel to those they don't agree with. Now, I do have to say, Super Straight, well, some of its pages do state they are not transphobic or homophobic. They are just attracted to cisgendered. But what does that even mean today? Most of the debates, if I can call them that, have said only women can have babies. And if the woman can't have a baby, then they are not women. This is a sad statement, as some cis women cannot have children due to medical conditions, or some choose not to because they don't want them. And it's their choice, it's their bodies. Yet here we are, basing a person's gender, which they confuse with sex, on their reproductive organs, saying women are only for birthing children, then backstep when they see the flaw in their logic. And it doesn't end there. I've covered how cisgendered women have been thrown out of women-only spaces because they don't look like how people think women should be looking like. You know, what image they have in their heads, long hair, dresses. They should be having short haircuts and tank tops and jeans. No. No. That's not okay for the cisgenders. Also, they are classing trans as a third gender. It's not. The trans part is short for transition. Therefore, trans man is transitioning to man. It's like the Tok'ra from Stargate SG-1. Tok meant against, and Ra was the god they were fighting. They just put them together to create one word. Tok'ra. One of the posts from the Super Straight actually did hit me, so I thought I would give you the gist of it. It's why don't I want to have sex with trans people? Because, for Q, that's why. Asking this question in the first place implies that I owe you a justification for the parameters of my consent. I don't. Asking it implies that you harbour a veto power over the parameters of my consent. You don't. Let's be perfectly blunt here. The only reason why TRA asks this in the first place is so that they can call me why my reasons, whatever they may be, are invalid. As if they were some policeman informing me about being tired and wanting to get home is not an excuse for exceeding the speed limit. As opposed to some random anonymous nobody on the internet telling me which sexual activities I'm not allowed to refuse to partake in. I'm not really sure why they put that, because if you are speeding, it is a crime. So comparing it to a policeman telling you being tired is no excuse to break the speed limit is you can't say it's wrong, because the policeman is informing you that this is not a valid reason to break the law. So are you accepting that what you're saying is wrong and that you're just tired of hearing it because you're not going to stop despite the fact you are breaking the law? It's a dumb comparison. Now, Kyle did give an explanation video to his first TikTok video because, as I said, it has been taken down. So we're going to listen to parts of it. Well, we'll listen to the full part of it, the full version, and then we'll take parts out, and I'll say why I don't agree with this, because he calls an explanation video, and he does say sorry in it, but it's just not convincing to me.
Most of you know I'm the original creator of the Super Straight movement. The original video was privated, but it has been taken down by TikTok now. And with the extreme amount of hate and threats sent to me, my family, and friends, I decided to make an explanation video. Super Straight was never created to be hateful towards anyone, especially trans people. I created it because I was tired of getting mislabeled with extremely negative terms for having my own opinions or preferences. Having a different opinion doesn't equal hate. Regardless of my personal opinion or beliefs, I have nothing but respect for the LGBTQ community. I do not condone or associate with anybody who's using the term to hate or belittle others. Bottom line of the movement is I think everyone should be able to express their opinion and sexuality freely without being hated or negatively labeled. You don't have to agree with someone, doesn't mean they're being hateful. There just has to be a mutual respect between the two. Because at the end of the day, I can't control who I'm attracted to or how my personal boundaries feel. If people want to express these things, let them. It doesn't mean they're being hateful. Don't use super straight to spread hate. The super straight motto is you do you, love and respect everybody else.
So we've heard the explanation, so let's break this down. I have about 4-5 points about this. So let's start off with the first one.
The original video was privated, but it has been taken down by TikTok now. And with the extreme amount of hate and threats sent to me, my family and friends, I decided to make an explanation video.
Firstly, I don't condone violence towards others, even people I don't like or hate. Though I really hate people, that is a very small list, but I still wouldn't hurt them or condone any action to harm them in any way, shape or form. So I do feel bad for Kyle and his family, and I do encourage people just leave him be if you can't say anything constructive, civilised or mature. If your response is a violent one or a threatening one, then I suggest you just leave it be, because that is not going to help anyone in any way, and especially getting his family involved, because they are not, as far as I know, they're not associated with this. They're not even featured in his videos, so just leave them be if you cannot be civilised towards them.
Super Straight was never created to be hateful towards anyone, especially trans people. I created it because I was tired of getting mislabeled with extremely negative terms for having my own opinions or preferences.
Second, created Super Straight because he was tired of being called negative terms for his opinions and beliefs. I'm sorry, but what you said was bollocks. You defined what a real woman was, and as said, it invalidates. But please continue.
Having a different opinion doesn't equal hate. Regardless of my personal opinion or beliefs, I have nothing but respect for the LGBTQ community. I do not
heard, but you don't have respect for the LGBT community. I said in number 2, you don't see trans women as real women. This is not respect in any way, shape or form. And please stop calling this an opinion about trans women not being real women. This is not an opinion. This is not pineapple on a pizza. This is a human being. Well, let's continue.
The line of the movement is I think everyone should be able to express their opinion and sexuality freely without being hated or negatively labeled. You don't have to agree with someone, doesn't mean they're being hateful. There just has to be a mutual respect between the two.
Okay, I do have to say that yes, heterosexuality is a sexuality, and no one has said otherwise that it's not. The problem is, and I can't stress this enough, you are saying trans women are not real women, and therefore they are men, which means you won't date them because you are not gay. No, just no. Let's look at the final part.
People want to express these things, let them. It doesn't mean they're being hateful. Don't use Super Straight to spread hate. The Super Straight motto is you do you, love and respect everybody else. So that's pretty much...
Yeah, I cannot see that happening. How can you ask them to be loving and accepting when you yourself are not? You can't polish a turd and say it's chocolate when in fact it is still a pile of crap. You have shown no respect towards the trans community and others have followed. Now you want to disconnect from what they have said and done and blame them for the hate you started. But let's stop and think. Transgenders are not forcing themselves onto cis, straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual people. It's, how does it go? Oh yes, it's not me, it's you. There is a story from Reddit that sums it up. A guy asked if he's transphobic for not dating a trans woman. Now, he had seen this woman at work, thought, she's hot, and they started to flirt a little. He liked her, and she liked him. One day, she decided to finally ask her out once he knew she felt the same way about him. Out of respect, she disclosed she was a trans woman, and he lost his shit. The story does not include her physical features whatsoever, and if he had asked, then that would have been way beyond awkward. I've had those conversations where people have asked me about my private parts, and I'm like, no. If I had asked you about your private parts, then you would be very uncomfortable as well. Me being trans does not give you a free pass on those questions. No. Be civil. Back to the story. So, he said he didn't want to date them because he wanted a real woman and kids. Yeah, you can still have kids through adoption, surrogacy, take your pick. Rightfully, the woman was hurt, saying she will report him for calling her a fake woman. Now he is sweating bullets because he thinks he has to date her now or he will be reported. No, she didn't say that. And after calling her fake, I don't think she would want to date this guy. Point I'm making is, you don't have to date anyone you don't want to. But if the reasons invalidate who they are as a person, then I'm sorry, it is offensive. And you need to address this problem, not expect people to bend over backwards to facilitate your hate or misunderstandings. Super straight is super dangerous. It spreads wrongful, hateful and incorrect information. I won't be posting links to any of their groups because it doesn't need any more attention. LGBT have been told for decades, sometimes centuries depending where you are, they don't belong with straight people. So they made their own space where they could express who they are to people who want to love and accept them. Next thing, the people who rejected them are banging on the door, demanding to be let in as they don't like being excluded. So they are let in, only to be told once again, LGBT+ do not belong in their own space. It's bad enough MAP, which stands for Minor Attracted People, and no, it does not mean they're attracted to coal miners, they mean kids. You know, pedophiles. They want to join the party. No. No. There's no need to explain why we're saying no. It's just no. I know it was a bit of an angry one, but me being angry about this, but it is just getting ridiculous, especially when I'm getting messages from people claiming to be super straight and they want the LGBT+ to be changed to SSLGB, meaning to erase the T in it, which is just, that is not loving and accepting. And as I've always said, there's no need to put the straight in the LGBT+ because they are not in danger of losing anything in their lives for being straight. But with that, if you do want to look up more information about trans non-binary, then once again you can go to mermaids.org.uk. Well, sorry, I've said that wrong. It's mermaiduk.org.uk. I've said that wrong. We are not sponsored by them. I just like mermaids. There is also Stonewall, the Trevor Project. There are a lot of different places. You can even go to the NHS, who do give details about transitioning from different ages and what the options are, and it does clear the confusion that we give kids hormone tablets. We don't, and we don't give them bottom surgery either. Also, if you want to support the podcast and the YouTube channel, then you can go to paypal.me/letsgetawkward. The link will be in the description. I hope you've enjoyed this and I hope you've learnt some more information. And remember, everyone, stay awkward.